On this episode of the Perspective Podcast, I am joined by recording artist Jalen Quinn of Houma, Louisiana. We discuss early inspirations, how his recording process has changed, why the shed is so important, how No Help Records formed, patience in the music industry, and much more. The intro and outro record is titled Eggs and Rice, from his project, Lead by Example. Without further ado, Jalen Quinn. Let's get it.
The economic philosophy of black nationalism only means that we should own and operate and control the economy of our community.
I've been riding around thinking about decisions I done made up in my life. How I'm here to be precise. All my wrongs and all my rights. All the fuck ups and the fights. All them nights that turn to mornings. All them days that started upside down but ended up alright. I'm patting down my pockets for the flame. I'm getting nice.
Another episode of the Perspective Podcast. Today I have a very special guest today with me. I have my dog Jalen Quinn here in the building. The head of No Help Records. You know what I'm saying? The artist, the man himself. So it's good having you on the show, brother. How you feeling today? How you doing?
All right, bro. I'm blessed, man. Blessed, extremely blessed.
I know that's right, man. So we just gonna dive straight into it, brother. So who exactly is Jalen Quinn? Where do you come from? What part of the world are you from? Run it.
Jalen Quinn is an artist from South Louisiana, Houma in particular. Been rapping, been making music for the greater bit of 15 years. Just started a record label 2 years ago, 2019, entitled No Help Records. The best rapper ever. Better than anybody you can name, ever. Better than anybody. That's Jalen Quinn, man.
Straight up. So coming from the Houma area, that's the 985.
Yeah.
That part of the world, it doesn't really get much love. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from the 318, and we're our parts of the states, they're kind of just like outliers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people focus on the 504, the 225, the 337, respect to those places, but all places are a little different. So take me through an average day in Houma, Louisiana. Just, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what can you see? What can you expect? Is it rural? Is it country?
We definitely not country, but I would say we like an urban town, I guess you could say, but we definitely have the makings of a bigger city, if that makes any sense. It's not really too much to see, to be honest. We got an east side, we got a west side, we got some bayous, you know what I'm saying? But definitely a birthplace of a lot of talented individuals, and not even just talking about music. Got a lot of athletes that come out of here, like Mason Smith. He just got picked up by LSU. He from here. We got a couple of people like Elijah McGuire. He, you know what I'm saying? He got drafted to the NFL.
He would do well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Yeah, he also went to UL for sure.
He was there. We was there at the same time.
Yeah, man. I grew up with son. Yeah, bro. But we come from the same part of town, from the east side. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like the area, man, you ain't gonna find much. But I think that's what like drives a lot of people to be as talented and creative, because we all trying to get out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it's a place, like a desolate place, like, oh, I can't wait to get out of here. But I mean, who wants to stay in their hometown their whole life? You know what I'm saying?
Agreed. Totally agreed. That's kind of how I feel about, you know what I'm saying, my town too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's talented people there, but people are working towards, you know what I'm saying, a bigger goal. So exactly. I definitely do feel that. And so you saying you've been on the music for about 15 years. So what was the early influences that got you there? Like, was it like Soul Train? Because I'm, you know what I'm saying, like my mom, she had Soul Train playing on the weekends and all the other classics. So just what was it, you know, that got you to it?
What piqued my interest? Well, not even piqued it. What got me a little interest was honestly, I was at a summer camp, man, and there was this one artist that was rapping at lunch, and he had everybody's attention. And that, I thought that was pretty cool, because outside of that, the only rap I really knew of was what my parents was letting me listen to. So I never really seen somebody rap in the flesh and actually be decent. You know what I'm saying? Decent enough to capture a crowd. So that's what got me like feeling it. I went home that night, wrote some bullshit, and brought it to summer camp the next day. Everybody hated it. I stopped. And then like a couple of years after that, I want to say I was in like maybe like the 5th grade, maybe. But I was pretty good in English class. And that's kind of what started. That's like around the time you start fucking with poetry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really that bad at that. And I really wasn't bad at writing, period. So I gave it another chance. And it was straight, I guess, for the time being. Back then, we rapping about whatever we listening to. So I'm rapping about killing people and selling shit. And you know what I'm saying? I ain't really true to myself, but I got potential, And that's what started it. Fucking fast forward to junior high. That's whenever I found out that you could actually record yourself. I had a couple of people I went to school with that was passing around CDs and shit. I'm thinking they bootlegging. This actually them though. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
they showed me how it was possible. I got what I had to get. Like thankfully, being that my grandma was a teacher at the time, that's what I was living with. She was a teacher, so she had like a desktop already. She had a little computer mic already. All I had to do was some headphones. She already had the setup. All I had to do was get the software, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. From there, everything history.
Yeah, man. It's crazy how like some of those like the equipment is always around and it's just always missing like either like effort or either just like one more piece. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro. It's crazy because like that the mic that she had, it don't even look like a mic. It's like a little computer. Look, I can't even explain it, but I didn't even know what the hell that thing was up until my partners told me what it was. Like kind of explained it to me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, it's like you said, everything was already there. It was just missing the effort, I guess.
Yeah, most def. And so fast forward to today a little bit. Whenever you during the recording process today, are you extremely hands-on, like you micromanage, or like you lay your verse a couple times, you know what I'm saying? Because it's always a couple takes. You record your verse and then you out the way, or like how does the process go?
I definitely micromanage. I'll try to make sure my hand is on everything that we're doing for sure. As far as my process, I record myself. I make my own beats. I mix and master my own vocals, and I got my own location for sure.
There you go.
I don't really go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, you know what I'm saying, it's your environment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. And I mean, we aside from the shed, we also have another location that we record at. It's a secret location. But that's the only time that I don't record myself because we have another producer, Pistol Shrimp. He was a DJ at the show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we got his shit. So when we over there, he handled everything. Yeah. But aside from that, yeah, bro.
And so, and then just kind of doubling back real quick, just coming from Houma, and in particular the east side of Houma, as you stated earlier, like being in between like that pocket, like New Orleans, VR, like how does that help mold the sound of what you want to express?
As far as the sound go, man, a lot of, just like you said, really out here is BR that influenced a lot of shit. Not really as much as New Orleans. So it's like, I'm not gonna say that everybody try to sound like they from out that way, but that's what the beats and you know what I'm saying, the cadences and the rhyme schemes, is heavily influenced by out there for sure. But as far as me, I just spent a lot of time. I never really followed that hype, even as a kid. Like I ain't get on Boosie music for real until like later on, like high school. Everybody that I was going to, right. I was just on some other shit, bro. I was listening to like New York shit, California shit, everything that my pops was listening to, like Ice Cube and Public Enemy, and you know what I'm saying? I really wasn't on music from here. Wayne was the first rapper that I really made me want to listen to artists from here, and I was in the 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, bro, I didn't really like catch on. So like everything that I was doing was influenced by other shit. And whenever I took myself serious, which was only in 2017, when I really took myself serious, that's when I didn't want to be associated with somebody that wasn't from here because I'm from here. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I really started doing real homework and started adding like Louisiana influence to my music, and not as much as sounding like I'm from another place, but just trying to get my own little shit going.
No, that's the truth though, because like in Louisiana, it's the most popular sounds. It's something bounced from the city, or either something like just a BR sound. Like that's just what the stamp, like the Louisiana, the true Louisiana sound. It is like that the original like jig records. You know what I'm saying? Like elements of that, elements of old Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Elements of old Webby. Like
bro, you don't. It's crazy because like you can tell when it's some BR shit when you hear that little guitar and that. You already know what I'm talking about. You hear that thing in there, like it's like you know that shit, bro. But I spent a lot of my time away from that, man, and I think me getting on it later has a lot to do with how I sound right now.
Absolutely, because you know what I'm saying, that's like the original ear is somewhere else, but you like you would say, we know that guitar sound. You know what I'm saying? Other people across the, you know what I'm saying,
they gonna know.
People from Alabama and Mississippi may not even really understand it, but and so what are some of the advantages coming from a smaller town? You know what I'm saying, since you can kind of connect with everybody. What are some of those advantages?
As far as the sound go and how my sound is in particular, is a little easier to point me out. It's a little easier to point me out in the crowd for sure, and that played to our advantage a lot. Like especially with shows and doing stuff for the community like that. It's easy to put a face with a name that you always heard because it's always standing out. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So aside from that, bro, I mean, as far you know how a small town is, there's not really too many secrets. Everybody know what everybody else doing. So as far as you doing, as long as you're doing the right thing, word gonna travel. You know what I'm saying? So it really, I ain't gonna sit here and say that it was easy to be standing out where I'm from. But when you're different, you know?
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? It's always different, always is gonna sound and feel different every time.
You don't have to, and the thing is, bro, not to cut you off, but the thing is that we don't try to be different. None of us do. You know, whenever you try to be different, like actually put in effort to be different, then you're gonna end up sounding or being like whatever you not trying to be like. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's really not as much as being different as much as it is being yourself, if that makes sense.
Oh no, it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we was gonna get into a little bit later whenever I get down to the shed part. Because y'all have it's different people, you know what I'm saying? It's just a collection of different people, but we're gonna get into the shed and then the No Help records, the overall in a moment. And so as I used the streaming service Tidal, I took a look and I listened to the music like from very beginning up to most recent. And so the first streaming project, which was Good Ass Songs, it has a 2017 stamp on it. Just tell me about like that first recording process, and then we'll just kind of go forward from there.
So I actually dropped the project before Gas, but it was I only put it on SoundCloud. It's called Two Fingers to the Streets. And that was like my first project of me really taking myself serious as an artist. But of course, being that it was only on SoundCloud, it didn't really get that much traction. But what did start getting me traction is doing shows. I started doing showcases. I was doing open mics in Houma, and then I started doing like shit in Lafayette and in New Orleans. And the biggest thing that really got my name going, this is before Gas, but it's like the biggest thing that kind of got me a little static in the city was me performing at the House of Blues. I did that twice. There's two showcases over there. And you already know, people see that, your name tied to a name like that, everything else gonna go up. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I recorded, what's the first song I recorded? Cool Water on Off Gas. That was the first song I recorded. And when I dropped it, that was the very first song that I dropped that did 1,000 streams.
There you go.
Yeah, man. So from there, I just decided to make an album around Cool Water, and it became Gas.
There it is. And so I see that one also has the stamp. Well, currently it has the No Help stamp on it. Was it No Help at the time, or was it just kind of like, did you had like an older homie that you just recorded with, or
no,
somebody guided you through it?
So 2018, I was in a management situation with a company called No Money, and I recorded that music while I was being managed by them. And gas wasn't recorded, but I released it under them.
Yeah.
Like while I was with them. And that tape, I've been ducked off, and a couple of singles. I want to say like King Kong.
King Kong.
I did all that with them. And then whenever I got out that situation, they gave me the music back and I just re-uploaded it.
That's honorable. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely honorable. And that's definitely something that I did hear as I was going through the music. It sounds different. You know what I'm saying? Like Gas, as I know you call it Gas now. So Gas, that sound, and I can kind of tell that was prior. And then there was those projects in between, like with No Help From You One, Ducked Off, and then it looks like Lead by Example. That's whenever it started to sound back to that original core. And then just even in this music industry, right? We live in this world where like participation trophies are given out. And personally, like I hate that. Like I hate it. I really do. Right. So instead of like earning things are just given. Speak on just patience, like patience with going through like being independent, then having a management, then having your own. So just speak about like the patience and everything.
It never seemed like it's going to happen when you're in the middle of it. Like sometimes you don't realize how far you came until you put your head up and you realize, like, but you know what I'm saying? Because before that, your head just be down working. You know what I'm saying? Like I can remember when I dropped Gas, bro. When I dropped Gas, I was tripping because people loved it, and that meant that I had to come with some more music, some better music. So I only got like at the time I only had one project on all the streaming platforms. So I'm tripping, like, and then I'm so excited about how good Gas did that I spilled the beans on No Help One. That was the tape that came after that.
Yep.
And I was talking about how that bitch was gonna drop on New Year's, but I ended up not dropping it until like April, just because I put so much pressure on myself. I wanted every song to be perfect, and I get frustrated, throw a song away, restart. You know what I'm saying? I was doing that so many damn times because that pressure I put on myself, because I was impatient instead of just going with it, putting my head down and working. You know what I'm saying? But in retrospect, bro, shit is, you just gotta stay working. And you know, I always tell my friends and my family and shit, man, like, you gonna get what was meant for you. That's not the problem. It ain't even a problem. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get what's meant for you, but the twist in that is that you gotta be there for it. You know what I mean? Like everything that's meant for us gonna happen. That's like it's already written, but we gotta be prepared for it when it comes. For sure.
Got to be ready to receive that blessing.
Yeah, bro. Always, man. And that's a big part of being patient. You know what I'm saying? You keep rushing your situation, you're gonna end up fucking yourself over.
At the darkest hour, you know what I'm saying? That's whenever that breakthrough it really happened and shit. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we get breakthroughs in the darkness. Like it's another tunnel instead of, you know what I'm saying, digging to the right, you know what I'm saying, dig to the left, you know what I'm saying, and then that's whenever you hit that oil or them diamonds, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know, just the next
good
level.
Shit, man. So yeah, bro, it's for like with being patient, man. I think what's the question? Like you was asking me
just about patience, you know what I'm saying? Just how is everything
of it? Yeah, man. It's nothing worth it gonna come overnight. Nothing. Whether it's the girl you trying to holler at, or you got a job where you wanna get promoted to a certain position or whatever, even saving money. Ain't nothing gonna happen overnight. You gotta be down for it. You gotta be working for it, man. And whenever it happens, patience is gonna come second nature. Especially if you start taking L's in this shit and anything. Like a L gonna add patience to whatever you're doing, man. Like, you know, if you don't quit and you keep persevering, patience ain't gonna be nothing. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna end up being patient and everything else in your life.
So in between projects now, how do you kind of, after you release the project, it does what it's supposed to do, you know, you promo, you market. How do you take time away to like Excel, you know what I'm saying, and then reset and then go back to the drawing board, and you know what I'm saying, or just go back to the pen and paper?
Don't.
You just
I just make songs, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Like now, I said all that earlier to say too, like whenever I wasn't ready. Like when I dropped gas and I didn't have nothing, that's because I took a break. I was taking breaks after. But like now I kind of learned that you always gotta make music. Like even whenever I was making Jalen the Mountain, like the last tape that I dropped, I was making songs during that. And because I was making songs during that, now I got a project that I'm about to drop. You know what I'm saying? So to answer your question, bro, I don't excel. I mean, it's you obviously you excel. I might take like a week before I get back in the studio, but I'm never really out the studio. Because even when I'm working on a project, like if I make a song and the song don't fit the project that I'm working on, I'll just put it to the side. You know what I'm saying? Stash to the side, bro. Have that stock ready.
And so, and then whenever you, as an artist, can you explain to the people, like, what's the difference in between whenever like a consumer streams your music versus just buying like your music straight up?
Well, I know as far as the first week go, if you wanna put streaming versus album sales together, like I go in the store and buy a CD, you'll probably make more money in the first week off of album sales because you spending what $10 on a single CD. You know what I'm saying? Versus spending a couple cents every time you play. Actually, even you not really even spending money. It's like you're spending a fraction of a penny every time you listen to something versus spending $10 on a CD. So that first week, yeah, you might have more money in album sales, but over time, like me and you, we ain't gonna, let's say, what's something that dropped? That what's Cole album that just dropped? Like you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the most recent album.
So Cole new shit. Me and you, we ain't gonna buy that bit just because it go hard. Me and you ain't gonna buy the CD 5, 6, 7, 8 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we gonna stream it 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and that's where it add up. That's how you get more money on the back end from streaming. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Versus us spending that singular $10 on one thing, and whenever you could listen to the same album however many times you want, that shit add up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's why it's the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I like a lot of people, they really just don't understand, you know what I'm saying? Because you see different artists, they'll say, oh, stream this, buy that, or they'll push a particular product. But at the end of the day, like I think that consumers, they need to know the difference, you know what I'm saying? Too,
yeah, for sure,
because
bro.
It goes further for everybody that's involved.
It's that, man. Streaming music is more like making an investment in the music versus just buying it one time, man. Because you have a CD in Best Buy that's only going to be there depending on how good the CD does. Like you might of course make like a Thriller or a Chronic album or a Doggy Style that's going to be in the store fucking forever. Right. But everybody not that fortunate. Yeah. So a lot of the times, even if they get their music in stores, they're only going to be there for so long versus your shit on a streaming site. That's the internet. And you know, when something on the internet is there forever. And that's like real estate. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make more money the longer it's there. For sure.
So as a music fan, right? You are similar to myself where we've seen how to get music gets evolved from tapes, CDs, LimeWire, you know what I'm saying? And then you have your mixtape platforms like DatPiff, Live Mixtapes, every you know, those places like that. And now we're at a space now where those websites have evolved into the streaming business that Apple, Tidal, Spotify, all your other major DSPs provide. So, and that's kind of happened like fast. You know what I'm saying? Like that jump, like especially from the streaming websites, like the mixtapes websites from the late 2000s up to, let's just say 2013, 14 is whenever streaming really took off. So as a music fan, like, do you hear like the difference in between some of the quality of the music as well? Like tapes,
for sure,
CDs?
Man. Yeah, but I just learned this recently. It's the platforms themselves, like Apple Music and Spotify and Tidal. They have their own audio quality filter, I guess you could say, that they put music through, like to make it sound better or different. It becomes like a competition thing, like who got the best sounding music, I guess you could say, which I think is Tidal. I think Tidal got like the best. I don't even know what to call it, bro. I wish I had a name for it, but it's like a certain filter that they put music through to make the quality better, but it's only patented for that specific platform.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Apple Music got their own chain of shit that make music sound good. So same as Tidal, same as Spotify.
Yeah. That's what, and if you notice, well, like I say, I use Tidal. I mean, I have Apple as well. I have Spotify as well, but I mainly use Tidal. But I definitely hear the difference, like in between, because Tidal is the only ones that really show you like master tracks.
Yeah, right, exactly. And I just seen that Apple Music just now started to do that. And probably to compete with Tidal.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They probably, had to work the phones because I mean the streaming thing is still kind of new. We're coming up on about 10 years, so everybody's still trying to figure it out. But it's definitely a major difference. And so that's just something I just want to know, like from a fan perspective, from a fan of music, like do you also hear the same thing? So you did mention about the shed. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the shed right here on the shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I wanted to compliment the shirt earlier, man. It was a nice shirt, bro.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? So the shed, it's like a mythical place. Like everybody, like I hear so much about the shed, and it's outside, it's in conditions, you know what I'm saying? It's hot, it's cold, you know what I'm saying? Like it really takes on the elements. So talk to me about how what is the shed first? Like what is the shed?
Man, so the shed had many names, bro. That bitch has been the bakery, that bitch been the shed, it's been the studio, it's been recently my partner called it the Queen Cave. That shit's so funny to me. That shit's so funny to me. But bro, I mean, the shed started, man, really the concept of the shed, it started whenever I was talking earlier about recording in my grandma's house. I was pretty much on her computer every day recording and shit. And I filled up her computer with my files and it got slow. She ended up getting a new joint. And she gave me that one and she let me set it up in her shed. In her shed in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? And only my grandpa really used it. And he only used like barely like for like cutting the grass. And, like he never really spent no real time in there. So what we did, you know what I'm saying? We set up a little desk, put the desktop there. The shed had extra room in there. So, once niggas had jobs and shit, man, we bought mics and all that. Put the mic in one room, ran the wire to the computer so it could be like a booth. You know what I'm saying? We had it popping. That was like 2009, 2010.
Oh man, that's 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, bro. And then from there, whenever I moved back with moms, or not moved back, but like whenever we got a new crib, it was just me, my mom, my brother. We had a shed behind my house. You know what I'm saying? But that's the shed today. Nigga just go there now. Nigga moved out, but we still go back there, and that's where the music is made for the most part. And the shed is a symbol for No Help Records because that's pretty much where everything significant that I did took place at, as far as making gas. I made gas in the shed. Everything that I dropped on the streaming on platforms, that's been in the shed, bro. Cool. And yeah, man, and I did it with no help. Like just that whole, I was trying to figure out the name of the label and a symbol for it at the same time, and it fucking hit me.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting in the shed thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know. Me and my manager Jetty, we trying to figure out what to name this shit. We just thinking like, I don't know, bro. I just know that I did this shit with no help. Mm-hmm. No Help Records. Yeah. Oh man, so how we gonna symbolize this? I don't know. Where are we right now? We in the shed. I drew that myself. That's actually my drawing.
I love
you know
that,
what I'm saying?
I love that.
Yeah, bro. Drew that on a paper. I sent it to my homeboy, and he uploaded that bitch on Photoshop, and it's what it is now.
It is. That is. And so pretty much that was the birthplace of not only, you know what I'm saying, just the foundation of music, you know what I'm saying, but the label, merchandise, and so much more. You know what I'm saying?
Everything, bro. We use that bitch for meetings. That's the little chill spot. That's the little headquarters for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even a lot of the times like LC recorded a good bit of fantasies and fables in the shed. Couple of things, man. Just that's I like that people go there to work.
Yeah.
And like, they know that if they can't go anywhere else, they can come to the shed and handle their business.
Come to the shed and work, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that I get a feeling from it too, because from what LC has told me, from other things that I just hear just around, it's respected as the workplace. It's not just the hangout spot. Like, because that changes the energy around.
Yeah, you not coming through the shed if we don't respect something about like your grind. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's not just a place anybody could pull up. Cause my brother uses it as well. Cousin Cootie, he runs Move Forever. And that's who shoots a lot of my music videos. But he definitely uses it for the same purpose. We don't let nobody in there that ain't working. You got to be real special to be just chilling in that bitch for sure.
And that's not only is it like the logo for the brand, but in the company, like it's also like the artwork for nights in the shed.
Yeah, and that's the actual shit. That's the actual shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like that's what it looked like for sure.
So just speak on like some of those conditions that go on in there, like whenever it's like, because people don't understand, like Louisiana get cold. Like people don't understand that. And people don't understand, like it's
Houma bottled water. It's a shed, bro. Yeah, nigga, it ain't no house. You know what I'm saying? That bitch not insulated. So that bitch is, when it get hot, it's hot in there. And when it get cold, it's cold in there. We got fans and we got space heaters. You know what I'm saying? But like Best in the City, man, me and LC, we recorded that. I think we was working on that from November to February, or we dropped it in February. So November to January, we was working on it, bro. And it was definitely very cold them nights. It was very, very, boy, I remember the night we finished. I don't know why, but it was like 1 a.m. when we finished the last song. I'm like, man, we ought to go take some pictures. So me, L, and another dude, we went downtown home at like 1 a.m. in January. It's fucking freezing. It's like 30-something degrees.
Yeah, man.
And we trying to take pictures and shit. We walking downtown. They looking at me like, son, what are we doing? I said, I really don't know. Yeah, like this, but I said all that to say it definitely is exposed to the elements, bro, for sure. Like I wanted to have an interview in the shed, but it's raining today. The shed got a tin roof. So when it rains, it's a little louder. Yeah, you can hear that shit. I ain't want to fuck up the, you know what I'm saying?
Most stuff. But yeah, man, the shit is definitely, I've heard a lot about it. And on top of it, I respect places like that. You know what I'm saying? Because people are always looking for like the perfect situation. Like I need this. I need exactly.
And shit, and take, man, and you want to talk about patience? You got to be patient fucking around. Yeah, really be patient fucking around in the shed, bro, for sure. Because it might be some days where it's raining to where you can't record, even though you know you got some words to get off. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be too cold, or it might be too hot. Like just any kind of shit could get in your way. And over the years, I done had to learn how to kind of deal with it and how to make sure it don't work against me. You know what I'm saying?
How to maneuver through it.
Yeah. Right.
And so putting the label together, right? Was it the right people that just had to be around? Was it, like you said, it had to be special people? What was it that really just made no help like what it is today?
Well, originally, like I said, it was started by myself and my manager, Justin Richard. I was just getting out of the management situation with no money, and I was talking to Juddy about it, and he was along the lines of, I've been working offshore a long time, a couple of years now, and I got enough money saved, so I want to invest in a local business. And his first thought was to invest in my music, So that's how it started. He started picking up tricks of the trade with management. And then that's when that's when we got with the other two founders of No Help Records, which is Jake Jordan, he's the other main manager, and T Steez, that's my producer. That's
I
my
was gonna ask you
homeboy.
who is
My
Steve's next,
ace.
because I've never seen
Yeah,
Steve's, but I see the
yeah,
name. It's even on the nights in the shed.
yeah, man. That's the definitely one of the most talented people I've ever met. I think I constantly say this, but I think that T Steve's gonna make it. I think he's gonna be the one that put us on. I don't think it's gonna be me. I think
Yeah,
it's gonna be him for sure. Either him or Best Visuals. But that's another story.
straight up.
But aside from that, man, like I was saying, bro, we got together, bought the LLC, went to the bank, made the little bank account, and that's when we started recruiting people. Like I think LC was the first artist on the label, then Pistol Shrimp and Vest Visuals. We also added a couple of people along the way, but they fell to the wayside due to different reasons.
Situations happen.
Right, and we got people that we work with, but ain't really in No Help. You know what I'm saying? Like our like the people, like the person that prints our clothes, Grind Daily. That's the brand, but Rashad Rainey, that's the person himself. He might as well be in No Help. He just not officially, but we've been working with him since day one with the merch and all that. So we got like a network going on, bro, for sure.
That's lovely, man. That's lovely. I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because it took me a while, you know what I'm saying, to really be like, all right, I need others around, like the right people around, because it's, to an extent, it's like a pride thing. To an extent, it's a control freak thing. Like that's why I asked like about the micromanagement. So it's like, but that's great that y'all saw that early. You know what I'm saying? And then because shit, more gets accomplished with a team aside from one individual.
Bro, and it's really crazy because I thought just having a manager I thought that was helping a lot. And it do, but whenever you got a team and everybody play a specific role, don't nobody step on nobody's toes, don't nobody do the other person's job for them. You know what I mean? Everybody got a specific role that we play. So whenever everything happening like that at the same time, is like a well-oiled machine. You know what I'm saying? It's like a car. They got different parts to a car, and they all got different purposes, but all those different purposes come together to make the car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what this shit is.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And so recently, I see. It looks like the label, they pulled music down, and then the music was re-uploaded. So can you just kind of explain just what happened there, and is everything in a better situation now?
Oh, for sure, man. We only did that because myself, LC Son, and Fest Visuals, we just signed distribution deals to an independent record label called I Represent Music. They're out of New Orleans. But we had to take our music down from our separate accounts. We all had accounts on United Masters. So we had to take that music down and re-upload it through Reps streaming service. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, it's really just to make sure we get paid for that music too that we already got out.
Yeah, just switching hands for the greater good. I understand. I definitely do. And so then even just going through your discography, like I said, your voice hasn't changed at all. Meaning like you don't mess with like auto-tune. It may have been like one or two records that I heard maybe on Lee by Example or Jalen and Mountain. It may have been like one or two records, but you don't really mess with auto-tune whenever that was a staple for, a sound for a long time. So just explain like why you haven't, and your voice distinction is important too. And we'll get into that next. But just explain why you just never like messed around with auto-tune or anything else.
I have, and at first I didn't because of pride. Like it was more like a pride thing. I didn't want to feel like I needed it as a crutch because like auto-tune, one of the things that it works so damn good that you're gonna want to use it on everything.
Yep, it's kryptonite.
So I was really trying not to be dependent on it. And just my problem with I've always had the problem of following trends and shit too. So it really wasn't that hard to not do. But I realized later on, like I think I first made a song on Autotune 5. That was No Help 1. That was with No Help From You, part 1. But when I made that, I kind of realized that even though you don't need to be dependent on it, it do make a song way better. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause especially like the direction for that song in particular that I was going in, it wouldn't have just been sounding right if I would have just said it how I said it without autotune. You know what I mean? Like the autotune kind of set it off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that kind of made me a little bit more open to using it. And since then, I still use it pretty sparingly, but I use it more as like a tool,
Yeah.
and and not like a aesthetic.
Not a steady. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have to use. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to, like I said, just depend on it. I don't want to like be able. I don't want to have full length projects on auto tune. I don't want to have an auto tune bag. That's not who I am.
Yeah. Most definitely. And then, like I say, like your voice hasn't changed much in the music at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was recording in 2009, recording up to 2021 and beyond, as more music is still to come. Whenever prior to you really putting music out, like, did you have to really like find your voice to know what sounds right over records, or how just?
Yeah, for sure. But thankfully, being that I've been recording for so long, I learned that early. I learned that like early. Even like back whenever I wasn't even sure if I wanted to do this for a living.
Mhm.
And I was like, goddamn 2008, 2009. Like that really, when I tell people that just starting to rap or just starting to make music, like, don't read it, feel it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You rehearse you rehearse the shit that you write, so it could kind of come to you naturally. That way you don't have to depend on your phone or the paper that you wrote it on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go over it enough times to where even though you're gonna be reading off it, you don't need to. And whenever you not dependent on reading it, that's when you could kind of focus on saying it. You know, I imagine that's how actors learn how to rehearse scripts and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're not just reading. They saying some shit that was pre-written for sure, but they not saying it. They feeling it. Like they making you believe that they wrote that themselves. They wrote that themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a feeling, you know. And we ain't acting for the most part, you know, for the most part. But you know, for like me personally, I'm not, like I said, I ain't acting. I'm just feeling what I'm saying because I said it. Like I mean what I say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like you say, it's not just like the feeling, but it's muscle memory too. Like whenever you actually in rhythm, you know what I'm saying? It's
right.
Steph Curry in the gym. You know what I'm saying? It's James Harden with the between. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
real
you in full rhythm of everything. So, and speaking of that, which leads us to LC. I remember a couple of years ago, LC he was at the crib, and he was getting ready to record his Miss New Booty freestyle, right?
Mm.
And he was like, "Dog, I gotta go back to the house and I gotta record this one." And I was like, well, shit, you know, you could record right here, right? And he was like, "Nah, like it's something I gotta say. I gotta get it off." You know what I'm saying? I was like, "All right, holla back whenever you get back." You know what I'm saying, in the area. You know what I'm saying, and everything will be cool, right?
Yeah.
So he comes back after he records. He has a pop eye. He has a pop blood vessel in his eye. His eye might have been fucked up for about 5 months. Like no,
I remember that.
So what was it that kind of brought y'all together? Meaning about feeling about the music. That's how I knew he took it serious. You know what I'm saying? But what brought y'all together? Like, how did y'all meet? How did y'all come across each other?
Me and Al been knowing each other for like outside of music. We been knowing each other. His sister, like my best friend, like at one point in my life. We still close. We was closer at that point. So we knew of each other. And then so just so happened that all of L's best friends in high school, I was going to school with him. Like L, he from Thibodeau. That's 30 minutes from home. And the niggas that he was friends with I was actually going to school with them, and they all knew me as the little dude that was always rap and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they knew, they was always familiar with each other. But what got us where we are now, whenever he started doing shows, he had a show at a bar called the Boxer, and that's in downtown Houma. I don't want to get too much into. I don't want to sound like I'm ripping on my dog, and you know what I'm saying. But his performance, I put him to the side and we talked about it. You know what I'm saying? And to sum it up, I told him that like you can't perform for the people that you already know, because they're gonna come fuck with you regardless. They're gonna come support you regardless, and not because of the music, because they love you and because they know you. Yeah. What you doing this shit for is for the people that you don't know, that don't know you, that's in the crowd. That's you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be rapping. You don't want to have rap for somebody that never seen you before, because that's gonna deter them from coming to see you again. And even worse, that's gonna deter them from listening to your music. Yes, you know what I mean? So that's where it started. I was just telling them, like, man, next time you perform, don't do that shit for your partners in the front. Do that for the people in the back. You know what I'm saying? Do that for the strangers.
Yeah.
And from there, I told him, start coming to the shed. Start hanging out while we were working on music. I was working on Lead by Example at the time. That's the project I was working on. So he just started coming through for that. And yeah, man, he was like in the back. He was in the background the whole time I was making Nights in the Shed as well. And that's why we got that song Anomaly together. Yeah. Because he was in the room.
Yeah. And then which eventually led to the 2020 tape, Best in the City.
Yep.
And so at that time now, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they ain't, people gonna feel offended. But I'm on the side of get your raps up. You know what I'm saying? And then you know what I'm saying, you could challenge.
You don't feel like that, prove me wrong. Yeah.
Exactly. So whenever y'all put the collab tapes together, it was obviously already chemistry there, you know what I'm saying? Because he was in the backdrop, you know what I'm saying? And so what led to you respecting his raps like that? Like to just be on it?
Man, honestly, it just he not gonna let you out rap him. He's not gonna let you, like, just sitting like,
yeah, man.
We sitting there, we both writing songs, we both talking shit to each other, like, bitch, you ain't about, my friend's about to go harder than yours, right? Like, that's how we talk to each other type shit, you know what I'm saying? And even before we started working together in the label, that's how we was talking to each other. That's what made me respect his pen. And he fucking cold. Like,
yeah.
They're like Anomaly, man. So Anomaly, I had to think about it for a second, but Anomaly wasn't the first song that we made together. The first song we made together was actually Shucking and Jiving. Like, and that was like, that song right there was so hard that I ain't want to put it on what I was currently working on. I had to save it for later. And that's why that bitch on No Help too. But whenever we did that song, bro, that man said, I'm about to kill this shit. And he sat down and wrote for an hour and he spit what he had. And it was just like, oh yeah, bro, you official.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it wouldn't even, an hour might be a long time for some people, but like when you really trying to make a good piece of music, sometimes an hour ain't enough. And sometimes when you do shit in an hour, that is like, it's mind blowing almost. Because like, how could you sound this good without no prior practice? You know what I'm saying? And that's how that was for L, bro. That man, he made me feel so played that I erased what I wrote and I wrote the third verse that's on there now. You know what I'm saying? And from there, bro, I just had that respect for him as an artist.
That's something that he definitely says for you as well. Like, it's really like, anytime like I just talk, he's like, dog, iron sharpen iron. Like, that's just what it is. He was like, I hate whenever he says, I hate whenever he lay a verse and I got to go back and I got to start all the way over again. Like,
real talk. It be like that. I just showed L some shit off my new album. He said, I quit. That's what he was like, bro, I hate you. I quit.
That sounds just like him. That sounds just like him.
That shit is so funny because I know he about to show me some shit that's harder than what I showed him. And that's gonna make me want to step it up. Like, like, to be honest, bro, I made Jalen a mountain because he dropped Fantasies and Fables, and I wasn't fucking satisfied with myself. Because before he dropped Fantasies, I dropped No Help too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I worked for that album for like a year. You know what I'm saying? And he dropped Fantasies and blew my shit out the water, I felt. And I was like, oh, hell no. I gotta get the last laugh. Yeah.
I gotta get back to it.
The last picture. I gotta get the last word in this shit. So I came back and I made Jalen a mountain. But L really like inspired me to really, I felt like No Help 2 is some damn good music that I put a lot of effort into, but he made me kind of dig for that potential, that extra potential for sure. Cause I was feeling played, bro. And we, of course, we're not in competition with each other. But I'm like, God damn, how this man gonna do that? This shit sound like a movie. I can't go out like this.
But no, like rap is competition. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure you play ball, you might have played football, basketball, you know what I'm saying? Just something like that. But you be on the court, you hooping with your, you know what I'm saying, one of your classmates, you know what I'm saying? Like he might have got me today in PE, but you know what I'm saying, tomorrow I got all the smoke for me.
Oh boy, man, I'm an extremely competitive person, bro. You gotta ask L next time you talk to him, son. I do not like to lose. I do not like to lose, bro. And that's the only time me and him rapping together is the only time that I don't feel like I'm winning or I'm losing. I just feel like I'm training.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's major. Yeah, that's major for real. And then just one last question in regards to L is just on his latest project, Rocket Science, right?
Yeah.
You got a verse on Legends. And just I listened back to it a couple of times, and it's just it's personal, like it's deep, you know what I'm saying? So it sounds like a dedication record to somebody. And just Definitely. Can you just kind of elaborate on that verse a bit?
Man, well, first and foremost, I'm a barber. That's my day job, so to say. So that verse was dedicated to my mentor, who first person that put me in a barbershop. His name Big Tank, Clyde Scott, man. Clyde Scott Jr., sorry. Mm-hmm. But that was more than my mentor. He was like a father figure to me for sure. He really played a big part in who I am today. We was only cutting together for like 3 years, but I was green. There was a lot of shit, not only about cutting hair that I didn't know, but just about life, being that I come from a home with a single mother. And my father in my life, but he wasn't in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't see him every day. So a lot of shit I had to learn on my own or like through mistakes and shit. You know what I'm saying? So having a more, not like a concrete male figure in my life, somebody that I'm around every day, you get to learn a lot. A lot of his tendencies start to rub off on you. That's how it was with Tank, man. I met a lot of good, great people through him. A lot of lifelong, like friends that I got through him. You know what I'm saying? I also met one of my favorite rappers in the local area, Hustle Harley. Like, that was somebody that came up under Tank, and I was blessed to meet him, and we got cool before he passed away. So yeah, man. So just to sum it all up, man, Tank like really was one of the greatest men that I've ever met, that I've ever known, for sure. And when he passed, it was sudden. It was, I ain't gonna say it was sudden, but a lot of people didn't see it coming, for sure. And I don't know, bro, it really shook me up. And that was like the first verse on anything that I did creatively after he passed. So I felt like if I was gonna write something, it had to be for him. You know, it's dedicated.
Yeah. I definitely do share that. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you say that somebody just passes, like, you know what I'm saying, just unexpectedly, or some people just, you see some people's health declining. Like,
yeah, bro.
I share. No, trust me.
Tank, one of them people, bro. You didn't like. I still be thinking about it, like, damn, he really gone. And not to bring the mood down or whatever. No. But he was one of those people that it was just like, man, you couldn't see nobody touching him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, he wasn't a scary dude. He was like extremely funny and extremely brotherly. You know what I'm saying? But he gonna give you that real, unfiltered. Like, there's, like I said, man, there's just so many. There's like a lot of things that I learned. I got jumped for the first time at that barbershop.
Damn.
And like, yeah, bro. And he was out there like on the forefront. He didn't put his hands on nobody, but he protected me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was definitely somebody that I had to write a song about for sure.
Most definitely. And then so just God bless that record, that verse there. Like I said, it sounds super personal, and it definitely sounds like a dedication record, and it sounds like you definitely put your best pen forward with that one for real. So
Try to, man, for sure.
most definitely. And so whenever you do approach projects, right? Because it's albums, it's mixtapes, and then it's collab, you know what I'm saying, efforts. So does the approach ever change in between album versus mixtape?
Nah, bro, it always my one rule for myself is that it always gotta outshine. It gotta go harder than what I put out last. Like you gotta make the progression apparent. Like, you know what I mean? If you hear some shit, some new music from me, and you don't feel like I elevated from my last project, then I'm not doing my job.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like everything, shit supposed to get better with time. You know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be able to show your experience. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, if my new shit ain't better than my old shit, then I got to go back to the drawing board for sure.
That's what it is. It's advancement, improvement, progression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's the only approach that I really be having. You know what I mean? I don't even look at shit like as different titles. Like I don't think like, all right, this gonna be an EP, this gonna be an album, this gonna be a collab. I just go at it like, man, this gonna be better than what I put out last.
So, and then whenever you do feature joints, what do you think is the best process for feature records? Like, is it something that should be together in the same room? Do you feel like it's something that it works better email? Just how do you go about that process? Whenever
It
you're
really
the
don't
guest.
matter, man. It really don't matter to me, to be honest. I like making, for the most part, I like making songs in the same room as the homies, you know what I'm saying, or whoever I'm working with, just cause we can kind of bounce ideas off each other. We might come up with the name for the song or the hook for it. You know what I mean? It's a little easier to get something more organic going. But especially in this past year with COVID, that ain't always the case. So
Right.
sometimes you're gonna have to work with what you got. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't always pick and choose.
And that
But
was actually like my next point too. So especially dealing with COVID, you know what I'm saying? And in 2020, whenever everything was pretty much closed, and y'all had a show in 19. I had a show that I was coming to, but I got into a car accident like the day before the show, so I couldn't
yeah,
come. That happened in 19. So
yeah,
y'all had shows in like 19, and then the early part of 20, if I remember correctly.
yeah, we
And
only
then
had 2 shows. Yeah.
yeah, and then COVID happens, and then so did that slow up anything with the group? Did that kind of give people time to go back, sharpen their knives?
Um, my game plan for the team in 2020 was that, being that we ain't gonna be doing those shows, we gotta be in the studio, or we gotta be working on our own crafts. You know what I'm saying? That's why I dropped 4 projects last year. Just cause I'm a work while I'm not working on my stage presence, I'm working on my pen. I'm working on my work ethic. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm a sharpen. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, bro, we didn't stop working a bit. We were still meeting up every month. We were still making songs together. You know what I'm saying? It really, shit ain't changed except for we wasn't doing shows, but we were still together for sure, and we were still working for
And
sure.
even from live shows, from a live show standpoint, we pull from different people. Like we're influenced by different people. Like what Wiz does on stage is different from what Wayne does on stage. You know what I'm saying? What Crit does on stage is totally different from what Kendrick does on stage. So who do you look for just from like stage presence influence? Like who do you kind of look towards?
Uh, I mean, I studied my favorite artists shows. Like I studied a lot of Jay-Z, like the Reasonable Doubt tour. I watched footage from that. a couple of Larry June videos. Who else? A little bit of Nip, but I wouldn't say I pulled from any one person in particular. I think really and truly, my partner say this too. It sound like I'm funny on stage. Like man, matter of fact, Trey Delaney, that man said going to one of my shows is like going to like a rap comedy show or like something. And it's just I don't know. I like being comfortable. Like I know if I'm making people laugh, I got you. Like I know
Absolutely.
you comfortable. I know that it ain't really that's when I'm the most comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta ease that tension somehow. Niggas won't get on the stage and won't be hard 24/7. Like you don't gotta be. You don't
You
have
don't
to
have to
be.
do that.
You ain't gotta be a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool to make people laugh, or it's cool to be goofy, or you know what I'm saying? I go up there, yo, what up? I'm Jalen Quinn. I'm the best rapper you ever heard. I might say some shit like that. I might, yes, sir, ski or some shit. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna do some shit to make the people accept me a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna rap
Yeah.
because I'm up here being goofy. They ain't about to expect me to bar them out, or they ain't about to expect the energy that I give them. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, bro, I'm really just myself on the stage, dog.
That, and on top of it too, that's a great point. Like you say, like you can't just go on stage just being a gangster and then you got two female songs. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, what you gonna do then?
right.
You
You know
know,
what I'm
you might
saying?
as well, you might as well show them who you are right in the beginning. That way, any transitions or any song that come on, you could approach it like yourself. You know what I'm saying?
And so recently, recently I say we're recording this in June, but y'all had a show on your birthday, which was April 24th, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
yes,
And so
sir.
that was the first show back, public, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had a show in March. We had a show in March at Nichols, and that was public, but it was limited. It was a limited capacity, and it was also live stream too. So if you weren't able to catch it, then you would have been able to catch it on Facebook or something. But that was at Nichols.
Okay. And then this show that was for you on your birthday, that was I forget the name of the show, but the location was like
In the
last
Coastal Club.
Intercoastal Club. Yeah, man. And like I said, that was my first show that I got a chance to go to. And it's a great energy around everything from the people that you had that were there, just the other performers, and even all the way up to yourself, which is of course is the headliner. And so talk about just putting shows together and things of like and how you structure everything.
Well, we got it. We got a good deal. We got a good relationship with the Intercoastal Club for sure, for sure. That's why we go over there so much. We just got a good rapport with them. They really believe in what we got going on for sure. So it's super easy to work with them. They respect what we got, so it's easy to respect what they got.
Yeah.
So getting that out the way, man, like when we working with the Intercoastal, we usually do it like lineups, depending on who I'm working with at that time, or you know what I'm saying? Like if we dropping a show celebrating the project, I'll have people that was on the project to come headline if I'm not asking Vest Visuals or LC Son. You know what I mean? So, but that's my go-tos, really and truly. Like you're not gonna see me if it's my show, you're not gonna see me rap without seeing L rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And same with Vest Visual. We just signed him as an artist. He'd been on the roster before that as the cameraman, as the video man, but he been rapping longer than he been shooting videos. So he wanted to kind of get back into that light. So we signed him as an artist. But
Shout
he
out.
another one. Yeah, for sure. Shout out Vest, man. But we like that's another one. You know what I'm saying? If I'm rapping, you could guarantee that you're gonna see them too. And you might see one other person, depending on who we working with at that time or whoever around. But as far as my headliners, it's almost always gonna be LC Son. It's almost always gonna be Vest Visuals for sure.
There you go. There you go. And then whenever you say that like outside of the music you are a barber, but is what else do you have going on just outside of the music?
Bro, that's it, man. I cut hair at Saks Park Ave on Main Street in Houma, Louisiana. And If I ain't doing that, man, I'm doing some nerd shit like reading comics, playing the game or something with my girlfriend. And I don't really be doing too much, bro. You know, because I've been rapping my whole damn life, bro. I don't really be feeling comfortable when I'm not doing this for too long. You know what I mean? Like I've been like today, for instance. Matter of fact, I'm at my homeboy house right now. His studio down the fucking hallway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's after we finish talking, I'm going right back in there and work on what I was working on before you called me.
Locking back in.
Yeah, bro. This is really my life. And you know what I'm saying? I don't really do too much other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I really go out when I'm required to. I mean, you know, like I said, I got a girl, so we
That
do
keeps
shit.
you out of a lot of trouble.
Right, bro. I just be out the way, man, and be in the club unless I gotta be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't do that shit. Especially with COVID, that kind of gave me another reason to not be in motherfuckers' fans.
That's a
You
fact.
know what I'm
That
saying?
social battery, dog. That social battery.
Real talk, bro. I ain't gonna say I'm introverted. I don't think I'm introverted at all, but I got a real low tolerance for people. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like
a
I don't.
select. It's a select.
It's a select, bro. I'm around the same people all the time. I don't really care to be around new people unless we could benefit from each other.
There you go. And that's exactly how it is. And then just right, we on the back end of the show here. And so just who are you a fan of today? Like as like musically, like do you listen to R&B? Like do you listen to like EDM? You know what I'm saying? Just like Zydeco, like what?
I
Like,
listen to right now, man. I'm working on an album, bro. So I'm listening to a lot of my own music, kind of critiquing and pinpointing stuff that I should be changing and you know, shit like that. Aside from that though, for best visuals, LC Son. That's always in my rotation. That Rocket Science just dropped. That
yes,
bitch
sir.
is crazy. Aside from Legend, that's a crazy project.
Yeah.
And I listen to a lot of underground shit, bro. I listen to a lot of Detroit rap, like Icewear, Vezo, Lonnie Bands, Sada Baby. Who else?
You heard me jamming that Detroit.
Bees.
You heard me jamming Detroit before we got
Yeah, that's what I'm
on.
saying. I figured that's what you was on, bro. But I be on that. Mac DeMarco.
DeMarco.
Yeah, a couple of people, bro. I listen to a lot of smooth shit, knowledge. Like a lot of the music I listen to is different from what I make.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For sure, for sure. Like I know people compare me to Currency, but I listen to Currency like the least out of everything, for sure, for sure. I guess it's because we're from the same area. Currency was my favorite rapper at one point, but I liked him so much that I realized I was starting to sound like him.
Yeah.
So I got off his music, you know what I'm saying? But it's just a lot. It really ain't even a lot, bro. It's just a lot of unheard of people. Like I don't really listen to Young Boy or anything mainstream, you know what I'm saying? And if I do, it's because it's just now getting mainstream, like Larry June or
exactly.
or Griselda. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. So
and my boys right there, the Griselda team.
bro.
I rock with Griselda the long way. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of them groups that make me push L. And that make me like, man, bro, we gotta be like this. Like I like thinking that me and him like a new outcast on some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. I see that. I definitely see that. And especially that's something that I shared with him last year in the middle of the pandemic. Like, because don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of all the ATL, the trap, turn up, club, pop bottles, and we throwing bands, we going crazy. Like, I'm a fan of that, but I'm also a fan of Friday Night Lights Call. I'm a fan of Dave East. I'm a fan of Griselda. I'm a fan of Royce the 5'9". You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a fan of Freddie Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? Like Ross by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I'm a fan of that. And being in the house, that gives new spotlight to artists like that. You know what I'm saying? Including L in that bracket as well, because you can sit there and play fantasies and you can roll over into Alfredo, and you know what I'm saying, it's all in the same vein.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
right.
So yeah, so that's definitely major. And then just a couple of other things here. I do see that you have a versus battle coming up later on this week.
Yeah, man.
So
Sunday, bro.
yeah, Sunday the 27th, June 27th. That is definitely a screw holiday. So out here in Houston, we're gonna be doing it up. But you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna make sure I tune into to your verses. But what exactly is it going on? Is it like exactly like rap battles? Like what is it?
It's gonna be my 10 best songs versus his 10 best songs. We're gonna see who's shit stand up better versus who's. Slim Santana or 1200 Slim, that's what he goes by now. Him and I, we like, of course, we're not the only rappers out here, but we definitely we like the ones in this city that's doing the most as far as like, making moves and I guess being brands outside of just being artists. You know what I'm saying? It's really me and him. So this is a lot of people are anticipating this for sure. A lot of people making this an East Side versus West Side thing. It's not that it's appealing, it's very appealing, but it's not like we got beef or anything.
Right.
I'm cool, dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I hope he cool with me.
Straight up.
But
Straight up.
we definitely got a mutual respect for each other as working men. So hopefully, what we hope this shit gonna bring us is new listeners from both sides. You know what I'm saying?
That's the perfect thing about verses. You merge in the crowds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You merge in the crowds. That's the perfect thing about it.
And we also gonna be performing the songs too. So I'm really excited for that.
Can you give us any type of like insight to what you got planned, or you can just kind of give us like a little corner? You know what I'm saying? Or...
damn near every song I produce myself.
Okay.
It's a lot of the list that I chose is pretty much like it's a list of songs that pretty much give you like my sound. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like all my songs have my sound, but these 10 songs in particular got like, all right, this is a Jalen bag. Like this is I know before I hear this beat, before I hear the verse, I know that Jalen gonna be on this bitch. Like a couple of songs just to kind of give you some insight. Jabal, Fuck With Me, King Kong, Oh Baby. Like the song, like, all right, I know this is a Jalen song. Like a lot of those, I guess it's like telling me, yeah, like everybody fuck with that, bro. Like it's so crazy. So like, yeah, man, it's just a lot of songs. I guess I'm letting people know like who I am. Like 5, a couple of them, bro. I can't songs. I got the list right here, but I kind of don't want to spoil.
No, don't give the whole thing away. No, don't do that. Don't do that because you gotta. It's the show that we looking for. You know what I'm saying? Got to get the people some more to look forward to. But I definitely appreciate you sharing that with us. And then, so outside of this versus battle that's coming up this Sunday, and do we have anything else that we're looking forward to? Like album upcoming soon, another collab project, or just upcoming shows?
I got 2 projects that I'm dropping this year. The first one gonna be an EP. I'm working on an album. That's like my main focus, but I'm about to drop an EP just with like 5 songs that I've been sitting on since like last year, just to kind of hold people, because I haven't really dropped a project yet this year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I know El been going crazy and Vest been going crazy. So I just kind of been in the Quinn cave, in the shed, just kind of like sharpening my own shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know when either project dropping, but that EP coming first, and it's gonna be like some. I think I'm gonna name it. I wouldn't drop these otherwise.
Straight
you know
up.
what I'm saying?
Straight
So
up.
I'm gonna have like a 5-song EP with that, just to have people listening to something while I focus on my main focus, which is Jalen versus everybody. That's gonna be my next album for sure. And I don't even know if I'm gonna drop it this year. To be honest with you, I really want it to be the best music that I've made so far. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's definitely gonna take time and patience.
Always.
Yeah,
always.
Sure.
So any other upcoming shows aside from the verses? Anything on the books upcoming? Well,
we be playing it by ear, bro. Whenever the opportunity arises, we definitely gonna tackle it. But my main thing, shows, that's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta we gotta make sure that we working hard. We gotta make sure that we got music made, that we got beats made, that we got songs recorded. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta be prepared for whenever it is time to do a show. You know what I mean? Like it'll be hard to transition from artist mode to performance mode whenever you steady working. You know what I'm saying? Like because the songs that you're gonna perform, you already been working on them for so long. So you already like it ain't like you gotta reaccustom yourself to learning some shit. Like you already in it. You know what I'm saying? I just try to make sure everybody working towards something for sure.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And so, right here before we wrap up, where can the people buy the No Help merchandise? Like, where can people find it?
NoHelpRecords.com, spelled just like how it sounds. NoHelpRecords.com. You can also find our music everywhere, man. Everywhere that music could be streamed for sure. SoundCloud included. What am I missing?
YouTube pages.
YouTube, yeah, man. Move Forever with 2 R's. Jalen Quinn. I think Vest Visuals, he has his own YouTube channel. I don't think LC does, but you can find all the LC's visuals on Vest Visuals channel for sure. Man, stream Rocket Science, stream Late Nights, Early Mornings by Vest Visuals, stream Jalen the Mountain. And yeah, man, NoHelpRecords.com too.
Check out the entire discography for LC Sign, Jalen Quinn, Best Visuals
too, man.
Just check
Shout
out
bro, for sure, man. Cause I'm saying Rocket Science, man, but I still listen to Fantasies on the regular, man. For sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
I was listening to Fantasies with one of my dogs while I was back home. He caught bars in there that I had even no clue. I forgot what record it was on, but that's whenever L was saying he hit the pinnacle like Nirvana. I had no clue what the bar meant, but my homeboy knew exactly what it meant, like instantly. But you know, because he's been on the other side of the world, so he understands and he knows, like he understands the double entendre inside that
phrase. Right. So. Bro, also, you was talking about upcoming projects. LC and I are actually working on Best in the City too.
Yes, sir.
And we like damn near almost done with that bitch. Like we got a couple of songs. It's gonna be more songs than the first one, for sure. But we've been working on that. That was one of the projects we was working on all last year too. So that might drop this year as well, man, for sure.
Most definitely. Like I say, like I told you in person, like whenever you got the music up to the family up there at Future 106, they are running Anomaly on their station. They run it. Trust me, they run it. They run the record all the time.
Come on, man.
They run the record all the time. Like they got y'all's music in loop, you know what I'm saying? So it's moving. You know what I'm saying?
That's
it's moving.
Hard, bro.
It's
That's
moving.
Hard. Man, I'm gonna have to send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link to Best in the City too. For sure. Let you hear it, bro.
Most definitely. I'm gonna hear it and it's staying right here in my files, nowhere else. And so and then just last but not least, where can everybody like find you on like all the socials and everywhere else for you in particular?
Man, you can find me on Facebook as Jalen Quinn, JalenQuinn, Twitter and Instagram _Jalen Quinn, _JalenQuinn. TikTok is No Help Jalen Quinn. I'm not really I don't go that hard on TikTok yet. I really just be watching shit. I don't really. I'm still trying to figure that shit out.
Hey man, I'm scared of TikTok. I'm scared of that.
That's
I'm not even over that. I'm scared
addicted,
of that.
bro. That shit is it's really like a consumer. That's a consumer app, bro. You gotta really find out how to get out that shit if you want to be you're right, real talk, son.
It's the truth.
But aside from that, YouTube, JalenQuinn, and also, bro, don't get discouraged if you don't find me on YouTube right away, because there's this basketball player. I think he's in college now. His name's Jalen Quinn. So spelled the same way as my shit, bro. It's so crazy. Yeah. So if you look up my name and you see this light-skinned dude, then don't be deterred.
Not him.
Yeah, it's cool. Just keep scrolling down. You're gonna find me eventually, I promise.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna make sure I tag the correct YouTube pages and all the other sites down below where you hear. And then I'm also make sure I tag all the No Help and everywhere everybody else so included. And so yeah, man, I definitely appreciate you taking the time out your day. You know what I'm saying? I know you record, and I definitely thank you for, you know what I'm saying, giving me time of the day to record and knock out this episode of the Perspective Podcast. And So and I definitely just want to thank you, No Help Records. Everybody that I met at the show, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely love. It was definitely love, and it felt genuine, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been in some other spots where it's been, you know, but you know what I'm saying? With y'all, that definitely felt like I was right at home. So everybody, make sure y'all check out all the music that No Help Records has to offer, from Jalen Quinn, these visuals, LC Sun, and everything else that they have going on the visual side, the merchandise, everything included. They got the full operation in swing. And so make sure y'all check out my hat store, finessingsense93.com. That's where you'll find hats, face masks. You'll find other merchandise that are on this year as it gets colder. And so until next time, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for checking it out. As the late, great Nipsey Hussle will say, the marathon will continue. And until next time, y'all, peace.
Been riding around thinking about decisions I done made up in my life. How I'm here to be precise. All my wrongs and all my rights. All the fuck ups and the fights. All them nights that turn to mornings. All them days that started upside down but ended up alright. I'm patting down my pockets for the flame. I'm getting nice. Trying to get my head right. I don't smoke at red lights. Trying to see who up behind me, but they driving with they brights. If I catch some flashing lights, I might not get home tonight. I came up with them tights, hustling on they third strikes, taking risks to feed their little ones. What you know about sacrifice? Eggs on my rice. How it feel to come right out your wallet with tuition. Government assistance made it hard to stay committed. You can't always expect I'm gon' buy books with all them checks. It can't slower than it left. Now I can't pay for my girl dinner. Had to make her get it. Now I'm tripping, thinking she gon' want a nigga with expenses. I'm obsessed with making interest. In my mind, they done drill that I ain't shit until I get it.